右手。我现在不是进来了吗？要睡了吗？也没有。也没有。那个躺在床上的直播。啊，你们一定很想问，今天不是那个游戏台吗？对不对？为什么今天在这里？哦，是有原因的。OK， 我看一下我的背，看一下我的背。OK， 盖好我的背。OK， 是有原因的。OK。原因是因为呢，原因是因为呢，我我不小心把游戏玩完了。不小心把游戏玩完。昨天想要测试一下游戏，结果玩一玩，直接整个游戏玩完。然后原本有第二款游戏要玩的，你们知道吗？原本有第二款游戏要玩的，可是呢，原本有第二款游戏要玩的，可是就是那个什么，可是就是那个他玩到中期的时候，他会 crash， 就是他会自己强退。对，所以后面的故事我也玩不了，就是他那个游戏玩到后面，他会强制退出。对，所以我也玩不了后面，我也不懂是什么情况，那个游戏现在，所以就没办法直播。对，我先讲我玩的第一款游戏叫 Operator， 就是操作员。然后呢，这款游戏呢，我虽然没有办法给你们直播游戏内容，因为玩完了，我再玩就没有办法有那个反应。我就讲一下那个游戏的大纲跟整个游戏的走向。然后 OK，整个游戏呢，基本上呢，就是在我们扮演的角色呢是 FDI，不是 FBI 哦，是 FDI 里面的一个接线操作员。对，我们扮演的角色就是一个政府机构里面的接线操作员。然后我们的任务呢是要接通那些特务的电话，就是有一些特务会去破一些案子，然后我们要帮他们做的东西呢是，他们可能会把那个事发可能有人被杀了，或者是有人怎么样了，然后就是餐厅会有闭路电视嘛，他就会发那个闭路电视的那个片段给我们，然后我们就要去分析跟用电脑去解析，这个犯人的长相啊，然后犯人是谁啦，这样就是要用那个电脑上的一些程序去做这些事情。然后整个游戏呢，就是好像电脑桌面这样，就是你是要点来点去这样，对。然后我要讲这个故事，整个故事玩完了之后呢，我只觉得他没有，不管你选什么，他都是通一个结局，就是通用一个结局，他没有什么你选了什么了之后呢，然后结局就会变得不一样。我上网看了一下其他人的结局，都好像跟我玩的结局是一模一样的，就其实是一个不太好的结局。我可以这么讲，对。然后呢，OK， 好，我要讲一下啦，就是整个故事到底在讲什么。就是我不是说接线员，我们是那个特务的接线员嘛，我们就要帮这些特务去网上查资料，跟用那个最新的科技去找那些就是犯罪证据等等的。好，安安 ，OK， 今天的风格跟之前不同，今天是躺在床上风格，今天是躺在床上的风格，对。OK， 我讲到哪里了 ？OK， 对，就是我们是接线员，我们要接线，然后呢，我们再找一个 case， 对，我们再找一个 case， 今天睡觉太，我们要找一个 case， 然后这个 case 呢，在我们找的时候呢，我们电脑突然间被骇客骇进，然后呢，我们被骇客骇进了之后。然后我们就要那个什么，我们就要就是跟骇客聊天，然后骇客就跟我们说，就是他可以帮助我们找到一些我们要找的资料，可是反之我们也要帮他找到他想要找的东西，然后我们就帮他找的东西嘛。然后后来发现其实这个骇客是一个好人，然后这个骇客在做的事情呢是要踢爆就是 FDI 公司里面所有的暗箱操作跟就是一些东西，就是他们要知道就是为什么有暗箱操作啊，然后为什么有一些证据被隐蔽了，然后要去找这些被隐蔽的证据的那件事情，对。然后呢，在第一集我们找的时候呢，就有找到。有一个杀手杀了一个人，然后那个杀手后来被杀死了，然后那个被杀死了的杀手的身上有一个名单，然后那个名单上面呢就有很多人的名字被划掉，然后划掉了之后呢，就有一个名字特别被圈了很多圈起来，然后当时候我们是看不到那个名字的。我们是看不到那个名字是什么的，然后随着故事的进展呢，才发现到为什么就是有一个人雇一个杀手去杀了这些人，然后原因是因为呢，他们在研发一种药物，然后这个药物呢，就是甚至还有蛮多人失踪，然后过后这些失踪人口后来都发现已经死了。然后被埋葬在一个沙漠的地底下，然后用一个很奇怪的符号，在每一块石头上面都有一个很奇怪的符号，然后从这个石头的底下挖出来之后，才发现到有接近100多200具尸体死在那里， 然后他们就开始调查这整件事情，然后才发现到这些尸体呢，都是曾经在那个研究所被拿来当做人类试验的，就是受害者，就是他们会被注入一些奇怪的药物，就是对，然后他们在发明了这款药呢的那个博士呢，我们也最后也找到他的真实的身份。这个博士发明这款药的博士呢的名字不重要，重要的是他为什么发明这款药。原因是因为呢，然后这款药的药效是什么？这款药的药效呢是可以让人类短暂的失忆，就是可以让他长期的忘记一些东西，然后甚至让你可以告诉他说你原本是怎样，然后他就会因为这个药物的影响而觉得他自己是那个人。就比如说你不是 A， 可是我告诉你你就是 A， 你是一个男的，你原本是个女生，我就告诉你你是个男的，然后你的名字是什么什么什么，然后你的性格是怎样这样子，所以那个人就会因他的那个话而变成这样的人，而且测谎仪什么的都会通过。就如果你那个人被那个药控制了之后呢，他去测谎仪说，请问一下你是女生吗？他会说是，然后测谎仪完全通过。对，就是这个药物就是会扰乱别人的脑神经的一个药。然后为什么那个博士要发明这款药呢？原因是因为呢，那博士的老婆的女儿，那个博士老婆的女儿过世了，就是离世了。然后博士的老婆因为女儿的离世而接近疯癫状态，就是已经疯了，然后过后去结束自己的生命。然后结束自己的生命了之后呢，博士就很难过，就觉得说，如果这个世界上有发明一种药物是可以让别人忘记，就是这些痛苦的回忆，甚至是永远不会记起来的话，那他就要去发明这个药物。然后这个药物的命名就是他老婆的名字，叫 Eve， 就是 EVE， 就是这个 Eve 的药物呢，就是来控制别人心智的一个药。对，然后他成功的发明了这个药物，当然也就是随之也伴随着就是他也杀死了很多人。对，因为他就是很多人实验失败，然后就被埋在那个沙漠里面。然后呢，当我们在找那个资料的时候呢，我们就发现一个人叫莎莎寇的人，一个叫莎莎寇的男生失踪了。然后他的老婆，就是他莎莎的老婆，一直四处的在寻找他。可是最后莎莎，还没找到，他老婆米娅就死掉了。对，他老婆米娅被那个杀手杀死了，在他家里面放了一把火，烧掉了他整间家，连同米娅跟他那位出世的孩子都就是被烧在那场大火当中。然后米娅会被烧的原因呢，是因为他一直在找莎莎的资料，然后就是因为这样子呢，然后杀手就感知到米娅是在找那个莎莎的资料，所以就把米娅杀掉了，就是放一把火把她整间家烧掉了。对，然后呢，我们玩到后期呢，就会开始一直在解谜的当中，就会发现一些事实。然后呢，到了故事的后期，就最后一集的时候呢，我们会发现，我们一直在找那个莎莎寇，其实就是我们自己，就叫莎莎寇，而不是一开始故事告诉你叫 Tannen 的那个名字。为什么我们是莎莎寇呢？因为我们也是那个实验室的其中一个实验体，然后我们被置入了奇怪的记忆，让我们自己觉得我们是 Tannen， 可是我们其实真正的身份是莎莎寇，然后才发现到原来我们一直在找的那个人就是我们自己。这个反转蛮大的，我有被这个反转吓到。对，然后主角就开始跑啊，可是最后还是被杀手杀掉了。对，然后最后还是被杀手杀掉了，所以我玩那个游戏，我觉得蛮空虚的，就是玩了一个寂寞，你们知道吗？就玩了一个寂寞。玩了一个寂寞，你们知道吗？ 玩了一个寂寞。对。Doki AI Integration， 那时候 AI 犯人套话出来的游戏，但我觉得反转还不错，这次反转还不错。我玩完的时候，我就觉得整个人很空虚。我为谁忙活？因为它中间有一个不是小游戏，就是它游戏里面有一个环节是要拆弹，拆那个弹那个爆炸，因为有一个特务被关在那个实验室里面，跟着炸弹一起，然后我们要帮那个特务拆弹，拆那个炸弹。我忙死忙活，终于救活那个特务了之后呢，故事的结尾有闪过一些报纸的一些刊登报纸的一些东西，然后就有聊到这个特务失踪了，去哪里不知道，没有人懂。就我们救了这个特务失踪了，就整个就是我不懂他怎么讲就是我死了没关系，我救人怎么失踪了这样，然后一直在帮我们那个骇客的名字被公开，然后还被放悬赏金1.5亿那个美元，然后对，所以那个骇客也蛮惨的，就是他被公布他的名字，对，然后那个骇客还在逃亡中。看故事的走向，好像感觉应该会有续集，因为这款游戏其实才推出不久，对。是今年才推出的游戏。是今年7月22号才推出的游戏，我个人觉得蛮好玩的。对，我希望这个游戏有续集了，毕竟就是这个游戏蛮好玩的。可是整个游戏有点压抑啦，对。不过这个游戏有得到就是2022年的那个有到2022年的奖，2023、2024的就是特别奖跟就是LA 游戏的，就是第4名。对，我个人其实是蛮喜欢这款游戏。这款游戏是真的好玩。然后第二款游戏呢是那个 Not for Broadcast， 不是直播用的，对。然后我们是扮演一个在导播室导画面的一个导播，然后我们其实是一个清洁工。原本的导播逃跑了，他逃去国外了，然后我们就顶他的位置，然后我们只是一个清洁工，然后我们就要就是想方设法让这个故事进行，让这个新闻台继续直播下去，然后我们就要控画面啊，控广告啊，控很多东西。对，然后这个游戏就是我刚才讲的，玩到一半它 crash 掉了。对，我可以给大家看一下大概是长什么样的啦，好不好？也好让你们知道它这个游戏真的是会卡。 那我先把我的床拿掉，等一下。我先把我的床拿掉。我们切一下画面哈。Oh my god！ 生日快乐，真的。
Slaves were just in prettier cages. Oh my goodness. We're only getting started.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
我已经玩了370多天了，就是我已经玩了，其实已经要接近游戏的结尾了。可是它就是会宕机，我问为什么
？Do I look like the sort of person who counts things? No, 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 not anymore. I'm better than that now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
大家给你们看一下长什么样好了。
5, 4, 3. Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to.
上面这里呢是观众的，只有在看的观众，我们要把这个弄到满。然后这个是我们现在在看的画面，然后这个是在播出，旁边这个在播出的画面。然后他会讲一些swear word，就是 fuck 啊 shit 啊，然后我们就要把那个这个把它消音，不然等下播出的话，我们这个观众会退。
I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom, and I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Excellent, you're a natural. Keep it up.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalized my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn you.
I don't know. It could be the
of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right. Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers? What's up, losers?
Oh, no! It's Brad! He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Brad dudes?
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What did you say? Tutoring?
That's right.
Tutoring?
That's right. Would you mind, Ray? Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on churches or huffing glue?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a hug.
OK， 这里就不能再进行下去了。它就是它地震了，然后那个就跳电了。跳电了之后呢，我游戏进行不下去了。
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news.
可以了。
I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions. I'm being told we're
爆炸了吗？
experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advanced detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously
Oh my god, nuclear.
in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by.
And genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender.
The resetting.
Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future.
Verified.
Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
You have to know
But
what's being done.
For your
what's being
privileged
done
few,
right now
the moment that they
to
feared
our
is now
neighbours.
upon them.
This is unprecedented. Our government has
Allow
committed
me
an
to
act,
be crystal
multiple
clear.
acts of mass destruction
If you
in
fire
our name.
a single shot at our territory or harm a single one of our citizens,
Nor do
we
I
will
care
not
how you
hesitate to
voted. You didn't
detonate
vote for
further
this.
devices.
None of us did.
You
They-
will not find them,
We,
though no doubt you are already searching for them.
we are waiting
Our
further
technology is
news
decades
and
ahead of yours.
What if they respond?
We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job. It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother. His name is David. And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now.
Oh my
And I
god.
should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent. In Urkistan, or Havia, or San Palmerino, or Konislava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago. So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here. I know that although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness, we may actually be at the break of a new dawn. We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet. But together we will find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling. And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out. I've got people ringing round, but the telephone networks are overloaded.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit or?
We will find him.
然后这里呢，可以看一下那个，就是因为有一些片段我们不能够播，然后我们就可以去看一下那时候那个片段的一些东西，就是它这些天数，还有一些怎么讲，就是有一些片段是不能播的，然后我们就可以看一下那个片段，比如像这个片段好了，打一个比方哈。我们可以听到他前面、后面在讲什么。
I've never heard of her before.
Oh, she's big, really big.
Really? She any good?
Nah, of course not. She talks shit. But kids go mad for her, absolutely mad.
5 and 10 seconds.
就这些，我们原本是直播听不到的，
6 or 7, I think.
可以去听，就可以知道一些八卦。
4, 3. Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music...
就类似是这样。OK， 我们跟先进党的那个意见不一样了，所以应该就不会是播他的东西。游戏结束了是不是？那天数跳得很快。我还蛮压抑的这故事。
Calling.
in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
所以我要播吗？
So what? How should I know?
What, you haven't heard of him?
He's a wanted criminal, Colin.
So's my nan, but she never missed her birthday.
Your grandmother's on the run, Colin.
Yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest, double homicide of the same bloke. She's right laugh.
I hope he's all right, though.
No, he's got his scar, and your brother was fine. Going in 10 seconds, everybody. Wonder what they're doing to him.
Annoying him, probably.
Not probably, definitely. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing has been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Promising a healthy, nutritious diet designed to keep all citizens at peak performance, the menu centres used locally sourced produce for that farm-to-plate experience without the need for spreading manure in your tighty-whities. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. Advance have been quick to respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far, no one has taken up the challenge. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt.
你们觉得要播吗？我不知道要不要播哎。
Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. And an ending of sorts tonight for 3 stories we've been following. A fistful of dollars. After a highly profitable year, Remington's Fist today announced the opening of their new high-tech underwater corporate HQ. Astounding CEO Sophia Remington, pictured here, departing for the new HQ built using underwater FLAD technology, commented, "We've put windows everywhere, saves a fortune on aquariums." A happy ending there for Sophia Remington. Nerdpocalypse. It seems the story of the stranded scientists of Dante's Taint came to an end today with the final chapter written in blood. There don't seem to be any survivors in the remote cave system after a violent conflict broke out about the correct syntax of a binomial equation. Abandoned by their colleagues on the surface, denied supplies by a world which moved on without them, we have to ask ourselves who's to blame for this crisis? And where did they get those swords from? Johnstown, seen here extolling the virtues of the nutmeg to his congregation of fanatics, former footballer Johnny Hamsleeves has shocked the world by rebranding himself as the Right Reverend Holy John Love. The controversial preacher insists his followers make an annual pilgrimage to his bank from their commune in the grounds of his mansion, where daily services involve football chants and ball worship. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Soon it will be time for
help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1.
不行啊，这样子就是有点像是在就有点像是好像在支持大家做恐怖协议的那种感觉。
Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick. We're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Oh.
Lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial garden is going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs, and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and
明明就已经换人了。
apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, It's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that familiar spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself. I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me,
我不理了，我来 sabotage 了。
either pissed your keks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem. And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious, beautiful and new, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex. There'll be another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
his accomplishments, the future he forged, the boundaries he pushed. To me, he'll always be the man in his pants cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honor to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get you to safety. Come with us.
I'm not leaving, I can't. You two, come with me. Don't panic. Help us here, look. We're gonna help you. We need a medic here. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
Resisting and we'll let you up.
Not resisting! Ah!
What are you doing?
Not resisting! You saw! Not resisting!
Son, come on, follow it. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, Mom.
Keep it.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear it.
I've got you. I've got you. Just stay with me. No. Stay with me. I need help now. Please.
Salisbury's still here. Junior Salisbury! You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you. This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Under fire!
People of territory, one! Rise up! Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires! Break windows! Draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist! Distract me!
Lower your weapons!
Mom?
I said lower your weapons now! Send goes authorization was granted.
What are you doing? Come on!
Will you turn that off, please, sir? I said, please turn that off. Please turn that off.
Shocking scenes from the capital there, exclusively on the National Nightly News, and our apologies to any of our viewers and
People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
We'll be back after this. We'll be back after this. Does anyone know if everyone's safe?
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
unlikely event.
No. My name is Katie Brightman.
This is the big one.
I'm an economist and commentator. You've probably seen me on the news talking about Advance and how progressive their policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry and to beg for your forgiveness. My parents are not rich. My mother was a nurse and my father worked in a factory. I was the first member of my family to go to university. But I always envied my friends who had so much more. Over the years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do.
是旁边在那个有那个机关枪的声音啊，是我听错了。
I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies. Policies born from absurd...
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
Our only hope, the only hope.
No. What?
No. Now lies
10 seconds,
with
everybody.
Disrupt.
Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me. Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Why do you think the public love the notice boards so much?
It's real. There I said it. It connects. There I said it. It connects with, and they say those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
Wow, you really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard. Our man's on camera 4.
I have a real sense of responsibility now. You know, a sense I've been entrusted with something precious and that I should use
Get back to the interview, Alex.
Yeah, I think that's really important. That we should use this platform to do good in the world. I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many...
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Better access to education, or reducing child poverty.
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Northerns, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way before.
And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough from me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parks for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
这个剧我都很想吐槽。
Forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace.
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to use.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
还有一次。
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong.
You did it, Alex. We're good to go. Charge!
To lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi-ya!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
God! Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry. We won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature. But really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fate. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
It's the morning of the village fete. It's thanks to the actual convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team, setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
That damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fate.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
That was it, the final ever episode of the Notice Board, and what a way to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning, so don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place.
This was the break we were hoping you'd play our tape. It would have had the most impact here, but we know you played it earlier, and we appreciate the effort.
Hey, you!
For too long,
Come to the after party.
it's been much harder for some than others.
Oh,
Unlike Disrupt, the team believes that tasting
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. We'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're gonna win this thing. It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
Only last week, Disrupt terrorists burned farms across the territories. They destroyed food meant for your table.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Sorry, Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Jenny just said to ask me to
Everyone
touch
gets
up.
the same generous
Did she?
entitlement at the menu centres.
That's my shade, is it? This is my shade.
Needs are equal. From a healthy breakfast to a home-cooked dinner.
Oh my god.
Always at your table.
I'm back to Jenny now.
Minimally packaged, lovingly prepared, and absolutely
Sorry
free.
about that, Sarah.
Isn't
Nothing
how
you can
you've
tell me.
always
At all,
wanted
like at
food to
all.
be?
They said no one's died, that's all I can say.
Universal
10
necessity.
seconds.
Because teams don't
Oh,
thrive.
yeah.
She is in tears. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John.
还有音游这个游戏。
And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Watts, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of safety.
In our tiny flat, we built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's grown.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one bawls. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life. We're having a baby. We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily.
可我还是要讲，就是他的歌好听。不是第一次。
Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless babies.
We're having a baby.
No more stars and no more. We're having a baby. 18 years on bills and leaves. Time for a whole new phase.
We're having a baby.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Amazing. The Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Energy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District. We'll be touring the territories later this year. Then come on, you lot, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello. Hi, Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here. Oh, really? Are you fans of the show? Yes. Used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in.
your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boram Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. You know, in real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called My One.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing, and gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong
没关。
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Memley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing. So peaceful, no singing.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children and why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem. Terrible problem.
Having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me. Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives. And there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
Very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one.
Because you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. And over there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave. Not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation now? Are we safe?
Yes. The security services performed their duties
Oh,
without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the civil.
Oh my god， 那边冒烟了。
Did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the four disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course, the camera. Speak there on the camera there. Speak there on the camera.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said,
会不会我们被射死啊？我们在帮你。
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. That brings us to the end of tonight's National
Oh my
Night
God.
News, but before we go, tonight's National Night News.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there tonight. So stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this program that the turbulence.
Oh my god.
Once again, focus our minds on building a new future with equality, fairness, and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make it tomorrow.
We've done it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Fighter jet, 11 o'clock. Charges reached, sir. Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down.
Oh my god， 我们。Oh my god. "我们会不会做一件错事啊？ 不是做了一件错事啊？My God！
I've checked the schedule for tonight. Nothing major to report. Certainly isn't anything you can't handle. Still, at least my daughter's in for Advance's new initiative. That should liven things up a bit here. Keep up the good work.
At 9:15, it's What Music is Best? A rundown of the top-selling songs across the territories. Expect catchy tunes and themes of an inappropriately sexual nature. Not one to miss. At 10 p.m, it's time for Julia's Diary, where the ever-popular Prime Minister reads extracts from her diary in front of a warm fire. Then at 10:30, it's the latest episode of
公司被整个夺了。
which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave doctors and technicians struggling.
And this is Jenny. She's the floor manager.
Hi, Stacey.
That's Colin. He do you know what, just don't talk to Colin.
Not getting involved and bring your daughter to work, eh, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
Believe in what?
Just days.
How did it all go so right? That's followed by the territory
Atta girl.
advance briefing.
10 seconds, everybody.
Monday's a myth.
That explains so much. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
As we go over to Megan and the team.
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolfe. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
All right then, here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Sonia in Larkfordshire. I've had plenty of time to fill, so I've started a new hobby. Since I started knitting, I barely remember that 85% of the country is sterile. My record is this scarf. It's 124 metres long. Thank you for that, and if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it.
Next up, you know how we love your uncanny comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot, or the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Greg from Proddington has sent us this lovely photo of their breakfast, saying, I couldn't bring myself to eat my toast this morning because I could swear it bore the spitting image of the great Julia Salisbury's relatable face. So I had to make do with a plate of butter and 2 spoonfuls of jam. Do keep those coming in. Can you have a go? We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out, okay?
Apparently, this is from Sherry in Pendant. Here I am, just 6 months out of betterment. I'm healthy, sober and working. Thank you.
应该就是这样了吧。然后你们一定很想问这个男主另外一个男生去哪里了？他其实这个游戏他的那个男生有2个，有刚才你们看那个是女主播，有个男主播，对。然后呢，那个男主播是那个什么？那个男主播呀，等一下，我有一点太大。怎么我的有一个男主播，那男主播跑去哪里？那男主播被抓，那男主播被抓。我这整个故事我只可以讲，就是怎么讲，就是一个那个什么，对，他也是支持行动党的，然后他就持枪，然后差一点自杀。现在那个画面没有播出来，最后有被抓。对对对，如果我没有让他被抓，我把那个画面播出去的话，可能故事后面走向会不一样，也说不定。对，蛮好玩的啦，其实，对，就是一个人要做很多事。好，今天直播到这里啊，我待会儿12、1、2、3，我还有4个小时要休息，然后凌晨3点我要再起床，要去工作。对。所以放过我啊！我们礼拜6晚上见，不会很慢，后天可以看到我了。好，晚安，谢谢金鱼，谢谢微光，谢谢阿豪。我们礼拜6见。